Farmer Jen. We are in Washington, Vermont on Lambert Farm. I run this dairy with my family and our 2 employees. We milk 120 cows here and we harvest 600 acres of grass. We are a first-generation dairy farm. That means I didn't grow up on a dairy farm. I worked on a farm when I was a teenager, and then I went to college to learn how to be a dairy farmer. I love being a dairy farmer because I love animals and I love being outside. And I can't wait to share my farm with you. All right, guys, this is the calf barn. This is where all the baby calves live, including your adopted baby calves. When the calves are born, the very first day, this is where they come. Every baby calf, when she's born, gets an ID tag. She gets a name, and when it's cold out, they also get a baby blanket to keep them warm. The first few days of a baby calf's life, they are fed a baby bubba twice a day. And then at about 3-4 days old, we teach them how to drink out of their buckets. Each calf drinks about 2 gallons a day of milk. They get to drink as much water as they want, and they get to eat as much grain as they want to. So this is where all the baby calves live. Should I be in with them, or is it better just to be here? Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right, guys, this is the calf barn. This is where all the baby calves live, including your adopted baby calf. When the calves are born, the very first day, this is where they come. Every baby calf, when she's born, gets an ID tag. She gets a name, and when it's cold out, they also get a baby blanket to keep them warm. The first few days of a baby calf's life, they are fed a baby bubba twice a day. And then at about 3-4 days old, we teach them how to drink out of their buckets. Each calf drinks about 2 gallons a day of milk. They get to drink as much water as they want, and they get to eat as much grain as they want to. So this is where all the baby calves live for about a month. And then, after they're a month old, they get to go into a group pen. The group pens are over here. These are the group pens. Calves are herd animals, and they need to learn how to interact in a herd. They need to know how to make friends. So while they're in here, they're still drinking milk, they're still eating as much grain as they want, and they're starting to learn how to eat hay. You guys might have also noticed that there are different colored animals in this barn. There are black and white calves, which are Holsteins, and the brown ones are Jerseys. Those are their breeds, Jersey and Holsteins. The Jerseys are a smaller breed. They're known for being great grazers, and they have very high component milk, which is great for making products like cheese and butter. Holsteins are a bigger breed. They are the most popular breed in the world. They make a lot of milk, and they're known for being very docile, laid back, which makes them really nice to work with. All right, everybody, this is where our milking cows live. This is our Freestyle Barn. These are what we call free stalls. The cows are able to lay down in these whenever they want to. This cow right here is just standing, looking around. They're getting ready to go outside right now. So, these are their beds, and as you can see, there's a rubber mat, and then on top of the rubber mats, we spread sawdust to keep them clean. We also have rubber all along the floors to keep the cows from slipping and to keep them safe. In the Freestyle Barn, the cows are allowed to drink, eat, sleep, and go get milk whenever they want to. We also have fans all throughout the barn to keep them cool. We have multiple water tubs spread across the barn, And during the summer, they're allowed to go in and outside whenever they want to, if they want to go out to the pasture to graze. Okay. All right, everybody, this is what we call our robot room. And our robot room is where the cows get milked. On this farm, we milk our cows with 2 Lely robots. Not every farm has robots, but our farm does. Having robots lets us be in the barn less and lets us do our other work more. Taking care of babies, field work, fixing fence. There's a lot to do on a farm. We love robots because the cows love robots. They get to come in whenever they want to get milked. On average, our cows are milked 3 times a day. Every time they come in, it takes 7 minutes, and they give about 2 to 3 gallons at a time. Cows love coming in because they get grain, and it feels very relaxing to let go of all that weight in their udder. Every cow on our farm has a number, a name, and a collar, a radioactive collar that talks to my computer that lets us know how much milk she's probably going to give, so we know how much grain to give her. And it also helps me take care of the cows. The collar talks to the computer, tells me what her temperature is in case she has a fever, if she's getting sick, how many steps she's taken in a day. If she's only taken a few, she might be sick, or if she might have taken a lot, maybe she's out to pasture running around. So the robot helps us take care of these cows. This is what we call our M for use buckets, which means milk for use. This is the milk that we're going to use to feed our babies. We go into the computer and we program which cows we want to use to feed our babies so that when they come in to get milked, that milk, instead of going into the bulk tank, is diverted into these buckets. So this is the milk that we're going to use to feed our babies later. We're going to collect it, dump it into our pasteurizer, and then we'll feed it. I know a lot of people think that farms are kind of old-fashioned, but that is far from the truth. On this farm, not only do we have robotics, but we also use GPS tracking on our tractors. We use drones to check on our fields and check crop damage, sometimes even wildlife like bear damage. We use so much technology on this farm, we literally couldn't farm without our computer anymore. Cows are about 101 degrees. So that's how warm their milk is when it comes out. And that is way too warm to be storing. So when it comes out of the cow through the milk pipe, the first thing it does is goes through a filter to make sure it's nice and clean. Then it goes through a plate cooler. This is a plate cooler. There's super cold water on one side and there's milk on the other. This helps cool the milk down to about 50 degrees. And then we use our compressors to cool the milk down the rest of the way, just the same way your refrigerator works. Milk has to be stored in our bulk tank at 38 degrees, always, to keep it safe and clean and cool. All right, this is our milk house. A milk house is where the bulk tank is. This is our bulk tank, and it's full of milk. Our milk is picked up every other day by a tractor trailer truck. Every other day, we ship around 17,000 pounds. That's over 1,900 gallons. When the milkman comes, the first thing he does is check the temperature. Then he takes a sample. The sample will later on be sent to the lab so it can be tested for nutrition and safety. And then the last thing he does is he measures the milk. He measures the exact amount of milk that's in the tank. That way, the milk company knows how much to pay us for our milk. In case you guys are wondering, this big blue tank is actually where all the manure is stored on our farm. There's a big culvert that runs under the ground from the barn, and all the manure, the wastewater, waste milk, rainwater, all is diverted into that culvert under the ground, and it pops up and fills that manure storage tank. And it's important that we collect every bit of manure on this farm because manure is actually a very important resource. We need every bit of it to help our grass grow.